Hey guys, welcome back to Plow and Pantry. I'm Alicia if you're new here, and today we are doing our first update for this year's October freezer challenge. If you are not familiar with the freezer challenge, maybe you're new here, I will link the video where I explain my what and why, but the short version so you know what's going on is this is not like a pantry challenge where we're trying to avoid the store. This is trying to make room in my freezer for some holiday meals and some freezer meals and some baking. So main idea is to have a deficit every day. So 31 days in October, my freezer should be empty of 31 things. My freezer should be short 31 things compared to how it was at the beginning of the month by the end of October. That means pretty much using one thing every day from the freezer and not putting anything else in. Or if I put something in, I have to take additional things out. So here's what I used this week, and here is what I made with it. This week was really a kind of grab what's up front and on top so that the whole thing doesn't fall out on me, and get it used up so that I could start be able to more easily move things around, stuff like that. So day one, I got some footage this week, actually did. Day one, I pulled out a beef roast. I'm just gonna go straight to the middle and grab this. I'm assuming this is some sort of beef roast. I will get it into the counter and see what kind it is. It was just right there in front, and I pretty much always put a beef roast either in the crock pot or the Instant Pot, so that's what I did. I made this an Asian rice bowl type thing. I actually did make a video for Croctober with this piece of meat, so I can link that video for you as well. But it's like an Asian rice bowl. I put soy sauce and those flavors in the crock pot with the beef, and then served it with a bunch of toppings, like in a bar, on top of rice, and we used Japanese barbecue sauce over the top. So that was day one, what I used from the freezer. Day two, I pulled out some chicken tenders. Day two, it's dark 30, and we had beef yesterday, so I'm actually scanning for some chicken. Here we go. This is chicken, yes, chicken tenderloins. I'm not completely sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's going to be something in the crock pot because I am going to the town over today to help a widow with my church and digging out of the mud and all that. I decided, because that was a day I think that was the day I was going to be gone a lot too. Normally I would bake chicken tenders and we would have unbreaded chicken tenders, but in this case, because I was going to be gone, I put them in the crock pot as well. And then I just used the juice that they left I just seasoned them up, used the juice that they left to make a gravy, and then I served that over mashed potatoes. And with that, we had some delicata squash that was roasted. I think I have a video where I made that delicata squash like a year ago, which I have in my garden now too, so I'm excited. And I also had some corn on the side of that. So that was day two. Day three was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I think I accidentally swapped days 2 and 3. Whichever day was Wednesday, I pulled out a frozen pizza because we don't eat at home on most Wednesday nights. My kids are at our youth group and they have dinner at youth group, and so my husband and I go out on a date, and so we usually end up eating out for that. So what I did was I pulled out a frozen pizza I had bought myself. It's like a smaller, bigger than an individual size, so it was 2 days worth of lunch, but it's a smaller pizza. It's one I got at Walmart, and it is I believe Sonoma brand, which is for me, as far as like a frozen pizza that's gluten-free, it's the best one I have found. The next day I pulled out chicken tenders again, and again, didn't do what I normally would with them. I think I'm just going to take right from the front today. This is easy. I can take it out without something else falling. It looks like more chicken tenders. I can do just about anything with that. We ended up making chicken tacos that night. It was just tacos are easy for me, and that was what ended. Normally I would use my canned chicken from the basement to make chicken tacos, or I would use leftover chicken meat that's already cooked, but in this case, it was just the easiest thing to do, and that's what I pulled out of the freezer, so that's what I made. Day 5, I did not get a picture of day 5. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm hoping that this is focusing and not blurry. I'm going to actually take a couple of pounds of ground beef for dinner tonight. Because when I open the freezer door, these are falling out, these ones that are sitting here. So I'm just going to take those And I think I'm gonna make something with them that we call hamburger chili dish, and I will show you that so long as I remember. I pulled out 2 pounds, so 2 items, of ground beef from the freezer to make what we call hamburger chili dish. This is something that was a recipe of my mother-in-law's that my husband grew up with that we like for easy nights. It's pretty much like you cook ground beef with onion and you add in rice and canned tomatoes and chili powder, and then you cook it till the rice is cooked, and then you scoop it and eat it with tortilla chips. And that's what we had that night. And I usually make a double recipe. That's why I pulled out 2 pounds, because that is a family favorite. And so I sent that with my husband for lunch this week at work. Day 6. I knew ahead of time that today was gonna be a busy day, so bought these ahead of time when they were on sale, because they're for nights like this. And I'm just gonna make what we call cafeteria chicken sandwiches. I pulled out, that was the day we had swim meets and stuff, and I knew it was gonna be busy, so I had bought, like 2 weeks ago, knowing this day was coming up, I had bought those breaded chicken patties from the frozen section, knowing that I was gonna we're heading into a season where we're busy between the holidays and sports. I knew that one night an easy dinner would be these, what we call cafeteria chicken sandwiches. That's what my husband calls them, so that's just what I put them on the menu as. But it's just, you know, that chicken patty on a bun. I knew just whatever night I thought I'd be busy, I could just pick up buns, and that's what we did. Serve that with some chips and apple slices. Day 7, we had guests, and this was not like a planned thing. It took, I mean, we knew the day before we were gonna have them, but so I didn't pull anything out of the freezer for that, because like I sent my husband to the store, we barbecued chicken and stuff like that. But I will still say something, I counted something as used that day, because earlier in the week, right before I started the freezing challenge, one of my daughters made a drink, one of her favorite drinks, and made it into popsicles, and she had the popsicles in there, and so she had been taking them out over the last few days and eating those. So those were gone, which counted as another thing gone from the deep freezer, and I have told her she can't put anything else in the deep freezer the rest of the month. So something still counted, even though we did not use something from the freezer that day. And then day 8, because I'm late getting this up, I just pulled out a regular frozen meal. Okay, today I think I'm going to just take out this freezer meal right here. This is Fiesta cracked chicken. It goes in the crock pot. And I'm gonna thaw it on the counter partly, and around noon I'll stick it in the crock pot, and this will be tonight's dinner. It was the Fiesta cracked chicken. I did make this in a video of chicken freezer meals. I originally got the recipe from Kimmy at She's in Her Apron, and it was just something I threw in the crock pot, and we use the crock pot a lot this week, and served it, forgot what I served it on, either mashed potatoes or rice, probably rice, and I served it with salad and grapes. So that was another easy day, and another thing that was kind of in the front. It wasn't like on top, but it was taking up space on my shelf that normally has frozen vegetables, so that helps me access those things better. So that is the first 8 days of the October freezer challenge. I am so far, I was good this week and did not put anything in the deep freezer. So, but that means, let's see, a roast, a package of chicken tenders, a frozen pizza, another package of chicken tenders, 2 pounds of ground beef, package of cafeteria chicken sandwiches, popsicles, Fiesta cracked chicken. So I used, in that 8 days, I used 9 things from the freezer. So far I am doing good with my deficit every day. If you are participating in this, I would love to know how you did over this past week. Let me know in the comments. And it's never too late to jump on board if you want to spend just the rest of this month cleaning out some of your freezer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that maybe there was an inspiration for you, maybe not. I know I didn't really do anything super creative this week with stuff, but it is what it is. I meant to turn that chicken and gravy on mashed potatoes. I might turn that into a separate video for Croctober. I think I took some extra footage of it just in case I wanted to do that. So you might see that in the future. Anyway, that is your first 8 days update. I hope that leaves you at least somewhat inspired, even if I wasn't that creative this week. And I hope to see you guys in about a week for another video, and there should be a couple of videos in between too. Thanks for joining me, you guys. Have a great day.